time. What is the LGBTQTI plus about? I want to pick the L, G, and B component of it and discuss it briefly in this video because it talks about sexuality. And sexuality, as I say, is quite complex. A lot of people don't even think about what some of these terminologies mean because they may be a bit confusing. Now, first of all, we humans, depending on how we express our sexual desires, have been categorized into three. We have been categorized under 1, homosexuals, 2, heterosexuals, and 3, bisexuals. Depending on how your sexual attraction is and where it is directed, you are either a heterosexual, homosexual, or a bisexual. Homosexuals, in this case, are those that express their sexual desire towards the same sex. So homosexuals are simply people who express romantic and sexual relationship towards people of the same sex. A man in romantic and sexual relationship with a fellow man, a woman in a sexual relationship or romantic relationship with another woman. These are homosexuals. The second categorization are what we call the heterosexuals. Heterosexuals are quite common. That's what we consider the natural form of sexuality. Heterosexuals are people who have sexual and romantic attraction for people of the opposite sex. A man getting attracted to a woman or a woman getting attracted to a man. The third categorization is quite difficult to spot and is least considered or thought of by people. These are the bisexuals. Bisexuals develop romantic and sexual attraction towards people of the same sex and at the same time towards people of the opposite sex. You find a bisexual man who is into men and at the same time into women. Or a bisexual woman will be into men at the same time into women. Because of the cross nature of their sexual attraction, you can find a bisexual who will be in a marital relationship with the partner of the opposite sex. But outside of that union, these bisexual will still entertain sexual relationship with the same sex. It happens. A friend told me a story of a couple who were in marriage for a very long time, a man and a woman. They have been married for quite a while until the woman realized that the man outside of their marriage and sexual relationship was actually engaged in sexual relationship with his colleague men. And in fact, this man, according to the story, had a particular man who was considered his boyfriend. They did sexual and romantic stuff together. And when the man was questioned later on, it was said that the man had been engaged in that relationship with his colleague man for as long as, or even before, the woman got into the scene. This was a marriage that was blessed with some number of children, very nice children. Unfortunately, the man was a bisexual. He would satisfy the wife sexually and then go outside to the male boyfriend and still engage in sexual intercourse with him. In the same way, you have women who are married to men. They are okay. But outside of their marriage to the men, they have girlfriends outside, girlfriend fiancés outside, where they go and to whom they engage, they go for sexual pleasure. So these bisexuals exist and we just mingle with them. Most people turn their attention to the homosexual because this is quite obvious. You are a man, you're having sex with another man, and that's always what you do. You are a woman, you're having sex with another woman, and that's what you always do. But in the case of the bisexual, he can be living a life just like a heterosexual, but in secret, he or she will be engaged in a same-sex relationship outside of the marriage, and that makes them quite difficult to spot. In the LGBTQTI+, the L, that's lesbians, the gays, which is the G, all describe homosexual acts. They are both homosexual acts. Then you have the bisexuals, and these are the third category I mentioned. Heterosexuals are not part of the abbreviation. That's the alliance, LGBTQTI+. Heterosexuals are in the majority, and so there's a feeling that these heterosexuals are trying to abuse the rights of the homosexuals and the bisexuals. Thankfully, the Parliament of Ghana is saying that no, we respect proper and sexual values and family systems in the country. We cannot afford to destabilize it, and so we are going to ban the activities of LGBTQI in the country. And that's what bill the Parliament has passed, awaiting to be signed by the President to become a law to be obeyed and strictly enforced in the country.